special day. It's the day that power has changed hands. Happy handover day, I beg. Or should I say happy inauguration day? Happy new government day. 29th of May 2023. That day we've all been waiting. My name is Constance Mega. We'll go on a quick break and I'll be back.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back after this.
Sincerely, I don't want to wait till I graduate from this school before I think of
Right, so it's a new week and the week started on a very beautiful note. Yeah, a public holiday. A lot of people must have been very happy. I mean, after your Sunday bedu, you now have to relax at home, So it started on a very good note. And then, of course, the weather also helped make the day pretty beautiful. Really beautiful. So good afternoon to you. All right, on this hour, let's talk about receiving counsel from the elders to thrive as a leader. Counsel of the elders. Now, you might be wondering, okay, why is she talking about counsel of the elders today that is inauguration? Oh, well, I'll let you know why. So, the River State Governor, Nyesom Wike, has assured, all right, that he's not going to interfere in the administration of the governor-elect, Siminalayi Fubara. So, he actually said this, that was yesterday, all right? But he also said something, and that was what caught my attention. So he urged Mr. Fubara to be wary, be careful, look out for those people who are or who will be hell-bent on creating rifts between you and elders of the state. People who are supposed to guide you as you steer the affairs of River State. Elders of the state who are supposed to guide as you steer the affairs of River State. So Governor Wike said this at the Thanksgiving service to mark the end of his administration and the inauguration of the governor-elect. This was yesterday at St. Paul's Cathedral, Diobu, Port Harcourt. All right. So my question is, how effective are counsels from the elders in governance? There's a saying that what an elder sees sitting, a youth will not see, even if he climbs an iroko tree. But then you also look at it from the other angle, and that angle is that times actually change. Options also change. So the options that may have been available to an elder when he was a youth may not be the same options available to this particular youth or a youth in the present time. That's what I'm looking at. So things could actually be different. The experience an elder may have had may also be different from what the youth is faced with in his own time. So usually you hear Nigerians complain about, the old people are still ruling us. Let them go and rest. And then you still hear people say that they counsel from elders. So why can't the elders rule us? But that's not my question, all right? My question is, how effective this counsel from these same people that you would rather not want to be at the helm of affairs, but they should be the ones giving counsel. How effective are their counsels when it comes to governance? All right? And the second question is, I want to know, talk to me. What lessons do you think that these new leaders should learn from their predecessors? I mean, right now we would refer to Muhammadu Buhari as former president. We would refer to Nyesom Wike as former governor. So what lessons are there for these new people who are now the governor, the president? What lessons do you think they should learn from these guys who just left the position? All right. And then do you think that the former administrations actually showed that they received counsel from the elders? You know, there are people called elder statesmen, and also former heads of states. They also have that their group, right? So in what way did the previous administrations show that they received counsel from the elders? Are there things you actually saw that you would say, oh, okay, this must have been as a result of advice, counsel from these elders? So, right, we're discussing counsel of the elders. Okay, so head on to Facebook and join the conversation. I would like to hear from you. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. You can also tweet at Nigeria Info PH and then send a message via WhatsApp to 0809 030 64109 030 6416. And then in between 1 o'clock, we'll bring you trend conversation and we end at 1:30 for BBC Stock Your Own to come up. After BBC Stock Your Own at 2 o'clock, we'll bring you the news updates. We need to know what's going on in the country, right? So we'll give of what is going on. And then afterward, time for family matters. And strongly hope that's Siri in the studio today for that one. And then after the matters, I'm from around Rivers News. So we'll give us today. And then I will shift. And Kalada Kuruga will be here for half an hour. So great to have you here on Sunday. 893-0002 0817 923 0002 0817 920 0817 923 Now for WhatsApp message, you can send them to 0809 030 6416. Hello. Good afternoon. You're welcome to go on, please.
Everybody you meet that day is a teacher. And even you see this, our elders, like Tinubu, for example, they have a lot of things to give out, a lot of experience. They have ascertained a lot of classrooms. They have met a lot of teachers, and they have gathered experience as far as life is concerned. So they have a lot to give out. Tinubu, for example, he has a lot of you are a personal.
No, I'm not asking you. Hold on. Hello, Eje Press, can you hear me? So, hello. The hand of the world. You don't need to show how pragmatic this man is. Look at Rivers today. If you've not been to Rivers for the past 5 years and you come to Rivers today, sister, you will not do it again. So, entry day has a lot of things. Look at his development strides, pursuits, and you achieve a lot. You are trying to your personal win. Have your people at heart. For example, we saw how EFC embarrassed all the leaders, and you know how he was dead, believing that this is my sister. A lot of things, how he achieved well for Rivers State. He didn't see that it's a personal thing, but saw that this is my people, and he achieved a lot. And today we are proud of him as far as it is concerned. All right.
Governor, former governor of that state, former governor. So see you do suit.
All right, thank you very much for calling. Okay, so I was trying to get his attention. He was saying something about Tinubu, and I was trying to call his attention to the fact that Tinubu is the president today. All right, talking about his counsel from the elders. As someone who's now the president, I mean, he should be getting, or maybe I missed something. Perhaps he feels because he's also an elder who has gained years of experience, then he knows what he's doing and so wouldn't be needing counsel from other elders. I wouldn't know if that's what he meant. Hello? Mr. Zion, are you still at Eche? What's happening to your network?
And let's see how it goes actually.
Okay.
When we look at leadership, is dynamics in nature. The political leaders, they need to ask questions. They need to visit the elders to ask questions. What do we do? What kind of policy? For instance, the President Muhammadu Buhari does exit the office Tinubu, who is elected now as a president, should go to him, ask certain questions, so that the pitfalls of President Muhammadu Buhari should not be repeated in his administration. Likewise, the former President Buhari would have gone to Goodluck Jonathan. But what did we see between those two who was the blame game? It was that administration that did this. It was that administration that did that. So you found out that President Muhammadu Buhari's administration was so shallow to the point that they cannot hold any policy to run with, rather it's blame. But when you go back to ask your elders politically now, they can be able to tell you, I would have done this, but I didn't do it. Can you continue from there? That is why it is necessary for every nation to have a developmental blueprint, so that when this one comes, you work with that document. But if I may ask, have we developed any developmental blueprint for Nigeria, economically, educationally, health-wise? Mention, is there any standing blueprint we are working on?
All right, Mr. Zion.
Animals are swallowing money, breaking records. So asking questions is necessary.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Hello, my sister.
You're welcome. What's your name?
Yes, no promise from Rumo of the Maya. Please, let me say this. Tinubu, I didn't say Tinubu has nothing to learn from Buhari. Tinubu has a lot to learn from Buhari. That's why I said every day in class, everybody in me that is a teacher.
Okay.
Buhari has gathered a lot of experience. Tinubu has a lot to learn from. Even yes, Tinubu is a senior to Jonathan. Well, he still has a lot to learn from Jonathan. That's what I mean. Every day is a classroom. Everybody in me that is a teacher. Every lesson learned that is an experience. So he still has a lot to learn from the past, his predecessors. He has a lot to learn. Thank you. Ejeku Promise from Room of the Man.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, Ejeku Promise. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0007. We're talking counsel of the elders. Governor Wike, while he was speaking yesterday, advised his successor, Siminalayi Fubara, to be careful, because there are people who are out there who will do everything they can to make sure they create some kind of rift, to ensure that he is not close to the elders that he is supposed to be getting guidance from, people that are supposed to counsel him. So he should be careful of those people who would try to keep him from getting those counsels by creating a rift between himself and the elders. And so I'm asking, how effective really are these counsels from elders in governance? And also, with all you've seen so far, whether this immediate past government of River State or the one before it, or the immediate past government at the federal level, or the one before it, right? In what way can you say that these people actually took counsel from the elders? Like, are there things you would look at and say, for them to have done this and that, it means they must have taken counsel from the elders? And the reason I'm also asking about the effectiveness of the counsels, right? If we believe that they have been taking counsel from elders, looking at the effectiveness, could things had been worse if they were not receiving counsel at all? Because a lot of Nigerians complain about, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, they didn't do well. This administration failed. That person failed. That government failed. They were only focusing on this. They did not do that. So does it mean that perhaps they didn't receive counsel? Or the counsel they received was wasn't really effective? So how effective really are these counsels if they were received? All right, let me see the messages here on WhatsApp. You can as well send yours to 0809-030-6416. Who's this now? All All right, you can also head on to Facebook and drop a comment there. Thank you. Listening to predecessors is a good idea because they've passed through same path, especially if they have a good legacy. As far as River State is concerned, Governor Wike did so much that same needs to build on, even though Wike deliberately abandoned the legacies of his predecessor, Amechi, by ignoring all projects he initiated. That being said, I smell godfatherism in his tone, though. At the end, we shall see everything clearly. Exploits Dan is your name. And you're texting from One. All right. Okay, this person is asking questions that I cannot answer right now. Oh. Good morning, all. I respect your opinions, but I strongly believe if not for the death of Mr. Omar Musa Yar'Adua, he would have been a better president than all combined. I respect him a lot and appreciate his time as our president. Anthony from Okochori. Anthony, you've not answered the question. Let's juxtapose spirituality and physicality, I guess. There's a difference between spiritual care and physical care. Okay, this is actually an old message. Charles Cotterell, you typed something and then you deleted it. That confused me a bit. All right, so let's get back to the phone lines now. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Oh, it's actually afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. What's your name?
My phone.
Your line is breaking. Could you say that again?
So I didn't know you picked my call. So can I say something now?
Okay.
Am I okay?
You are on air.
Oh, I will advise the governor of River State. If you permit, let me say, please let him.
No. I'm not asking you to advise the governor. No, that's not what we're doing. I'm not asking you to advise them. All right. We're talking about counsel of the elders. Governor Wike said something about receiving counsel or direction from elders. All right. And so I'm asking how effective these counsels really are. I mean, over the years, we've had these elders and they've been counseling, right? So how effective are their counsels? And also, what do you think that the the new government should learn from the past government, the immediate past, either in River State or at the federal level? What should they learn? Hello?
Hello?
Good afternoon. It's the sunny side. What's your name?
My name is Clinton. I'm calling from Bonny Island.
All right, Clinton. We're listening. Go on.
How effective are the elders and counsel? Please, you just read out the market cost prices and everything this afternoon. And I want to advise the newly inaugurated government from the federal. No, just the federal. Let's concentrate on the federal now. Please, let's just act as though the past 8 years, nothing just happened in Nigeria. Let them give us the version of their own self. They should forget about the elders or anyone or their predecessors. They just forget about it. We want their own version of their own self.
So you're saying that they should run without looking at what has been done before? They shouldn't even build on what has perhaps been started. They should just do their thing.
What I'm saying is that the same way you have read out the market prices and costs to us, the ordinary Nigerians.
Now I read it to everybody.
The whole market price and everything to them. They will know what to do. They will know what to do. Or they should seek counsel from the past government, that is the government before the government that they took over from. Not this particular. We should just act as though nothing happened in the past 8 years. That is the only way where I think it will be good and better for we, the poor Nigerians who cannot get to their own system. Please.
Okay. Thank you for calling. So he says At the federal level, the president, Tinubu, his government should not be learning from the past administration of President Buhari. He should rather learn from the past government before Buhari's government. Oh, wow, interesting. Hello.
Hello?
Good afternoon. Welcome to the sunny side. What's your name?
The Lugaman, calling from Eche.
All right, Lugaman, go on.
Yes, Governor Wike advising incoming governor Sim on how to seek advice from elders. So now the governor is going out. It's the time he realized that some could seek advice from the elders. He has been in power for 8 years. Has he ever for once seek advice from the elders? No, all of us are in this state.
No, don't put all of us inside what you're saying. No, hold on. It's part of the questions I'm asking. So you feel that Governor Wike did not take counsel from the elders?
Yeah, for me, Governor Wike does not take counsel from the elders, because if he does, those flyovers is from one lane to another, from one pole to pole. He wouldn't have done such. They have advised him, but he refused to take the advice.
But are you an elder? Were you there to say that they advised him and he refused to take the advice?
My sister, you saw the governor would have the governor that is quarreling everybody. Everybody, that whatever he does is whatever that comes out from his mind. So for
I don't think he was quarreling with everybody.
Hello?
I'm saying I don't think he was quarreling with everybody. You say he was quarreling with everybody. That's not true.
But he doesn't take advice. The governor I know does not take advice. Because, look,
that's what you think.
You know that, as I'm talking to you now, the project that is talk now is Farga and Dobiabo. So if he has an elder that is advising him, will he center all the projects in 2 local governments? Look at LMA Road. You cannot access that place. From Elbe Junction to Iboiche, it's something to write home about. So if I thought he should not follow the footsteps of Master, he should write his name in Guinness Book of Records. Also listen to advice.
So he should cook for 100 hours or more.
Hello?
You said he should write his name in Guinness Book of Records. So I was thinking, you want him to cook? The guy's not a chef. Thank you for calling, though. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Please do not allow somebody to distract you from the main subject we are discussing. And he's talking some other. If you have hatred for Wike, there is nothing Wike will do that he will.
Don't worry, it's his opinion, all right? And it's part of the questions I asked. In what way did the previous administration... Are you listening? I also... Hold on. I'm the one who is having the conversation, so I know what I'm looking out for. I also asked, in what way did the previous administration show that they received counsel from the elders? And for him, he thinks the governor did not receive counsel. So... that's it.
There is not this man. If you know him, there is nothing Wike will do that he will not find fault. That is one thing with that man. He will always look for fault.
Okay, let's hear from you now. What's your name, please?
He will leave APC problem. Governor Wike,
what's your name, please?
Governor Wike, that is so anytime he call you.
Do you have a name?
Yes.
All right.
My name is Samuel. I'm calling you from. I'm calling you from Elelewa.
All right, Samuel. Go on.
Yes. My advice to the new government, from incoming government, is for him to not to be distracted by all these praise singers, because there are people, especially those who came out from APC, they might come now to advise him wrongly, to make him make mistakes, so that they will capitalize on that to begin to kind of find fault in him.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, all right. Thank you very much for calling, right? So you're the one who still missed out on what we are discussing. You're calling in to give advice to the new governor. I'm not asking you to give advice to them. That's not the conversation. All right? The conversation is we're looking at counsel from elders. And then I'm asking you to tell me, how effective are counsels from the elders when it comes to governance at any level? Receiving counsel from elderly people, from people who perhaps have been there for a very long time, people who have also told the same path and they're retired, how effective are counsels from them when it comes to governance? Right? So I didn't say you should advise the new governor or the new president. And then the second question I'm also asking is, what lessons should the new leaders learn from their predecessors? So don't advise them. I don't want us advising them today. They'll be getting a lot of advice. They don't need our own today, okay? So let's just stay away from advising them just for today. Thank you. All right, the problem is the content of the counsel and whether the counsel is applied. I believe newly installed executive members ought to take counsel from their elders. Okay. I think listening to the elders is still trying to maintain godfatherism. Nicholas from Abba. Oh, really? How does that... Nicholas, I'll need you to say something on this. How does listening to... you rightly mentioned the elders. How does that now translate to godfatherism? How? You're taking counsel from people who are way ahead of you, people who are older, people who have been there before, people who have observed, who have lived longer than you. How does that equate to godfatherism? Talk to me, Nicholas from Abba. I'd like to hear you. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, please?
It's Bonnie calling from AG.
All right, go ahead.
Taking counsel from elders will be a good thing if the leaders will decide to do so. But unfortunately, when they enter the seat of power, they arrogate themselves powers that they do not have. Like the past governor, Mike, I don't think he saw any person reasonable enough to advise him in his state. He never took advice from any person.
Are you sure? The man was really close. He was pretty close to what's the name of the other former governor? Peter Odili. No. Peter Odili.
You said what?
I said Peter Odili. He was quite close to the man.
He was quite close to Peter Odili. And if at all he received advice from Peter Odili, that should be a very bad one. Because it was tough and rough in River State. Decisions taken by this man was anti-human.
Give me examples of these decisions. Go on, please.
What?
I need examples of these decisions that you tag anti-human.
Look, here in the state, we have seen administration, we have seen the development before the arrival of Mike. The way he talks to people, the way he addresses issues, in fact, is really neglect the culture of Rivers people. No humility in him. And he doesn't care whether whatever he says. Look at a man that will be in the temple of God and cause people that thunder should strike. What kind of person is that? If at all he receives advice from people, I don't think that such a thing will take place.
Okay, so now for the new governor, what do you think he should learn from the past governor?
The new governor should learn from the negative part of this man and do away with it. He should be a man who will take a different type of life. He should be accommodating and he should reason before acting. These are areas, decentralized development, not only centering them in one place. He should not allow praise singers that surrounded Mr. Wike, making him to believe that he has turned River State into Dubai, only in radio stations, just to go down River State, go down the 23 local government, except Fauga and Obiapo. Check our health facilities, check our educational facilities, check if there is any agricultural facility that is standing. So the new governor should take a different tool altogether and should not take that advice that will make him to get power beyond even God himself.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Hello? All right, that happened. Apologies. You can as well call back if you can. For WhatsApp messages, do well to send them to 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Charles Cotterell, I see your message. I'm going to read. It's quite long. So I'll leave it till after the news so that I won't start and then something will come up and I'll have to, just dump it. All right. I'm going to read your message later on. All right. This person here says, good afternoon. The previous administration took a lot of advice. I could remember his meeting with some royal highnesses and how he addressed them, though I don't know how those chiefs addressed him. And also when he appointed thousands of advisors. So I would conclude that our former governor, Wike, has been taking and longing for advice. Thank you. Your name is Michael. Flat Earth from Port Harcourt says, taking advice from the elders in this country should be done with caution, if necessary. That is not what is needed for the state to be developed. The problems of the state are well known. Let us stop beating about this bush with this elders thing. In oil-producing communities, elders, chiefs, and rulers are there, shortchanging their people. And that's what Flat Earth said. You can as well send your own message. Send it via WhatsApp to 0809 030 6416. How effective are the counsels of the elders when it comes to governance? Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Yes, I'm Chris, calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, Chris, go on.
Yes, I want to say that Governor Wike has been taking counsel from elders.
So in what way did it show that he had been taking counsel from elders?
Okay. What are the counseling said? If not to call to his attention their communal problem, sometimes like road and chieftaincy things that in River State is always a big problem. And the peace we are enjoying, and you agree with me that there is nothing that happened in any part of River State that the governor does not know about. At least you understand that. And that cannot be done if he has not getting advice from those communities. And people are talking of centralizing a project in Obiagbo and Port Harcourt. Is it wise that you take a flyover to a jail where there is no motor? People don't even know what this is all about. That he is doing flyover to ease movement in a township. Is this something people are saying development in which community today that the governor has not reached in terms of road?
Right.
Because that is what the people need.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
Nigeria Info. You talk,
taken counsel, you actually act. It shows in what you do. So more like, it has to be proof that counsel has been received. Is that enough? Is it not to listen? Or do you listen and actually to work what you've heard? And some person saying, hey, you're listening, you better be careful because some of these elders, based on their fish interests, for these events. You get in from my but it's not really a council. One discussing elder, and what's today is the governors take their oath of office. And no president is now the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Right? So, how effective councils from the elders when it comes to governance? They can whoever and given so that's all some of those pull letters from former President Bassett. Also, like he's giving his own advice. That is it. All they can do is give counsel. Now belongs on the council to choose to either act on the counsel or to keep it somewhere. So sometimes you actually can not want to act on what you have been advised to do. Sometimes you can just keep it aside that in mind to do, and you're like, I want now I know what gone in mind or have that minister. Counsel wouldn't have been the best. Start off, I said something about the opportunities, the options, the times, not the same. So someone who was president 10 years ago, it's the same thing as someone who is today. Or even who was president in the past, it's the same thing. You person in the face. No, there will changes here and there. There are already changes before how he came to power. So he has that's all not. He has a lot he has to grapple with. And so the times are different. But it's still the same office. It's still the same position. The things an elder knows. It might not even be someone who has been in that position before. It could just be someone who has been observing things and has over time observed how these people have done it right and where they got it wrong. And this person can actually say, look, this is what I've seen. I mean, I've been here. I've seen these things happen over time. This person came on board. And this is what he did. He did well here, did well there. But this other aspects, he didn't do well. If he had done this and that, he would have done better. And this other person came aboard, and we were hoping that he was going to look at this and take up from there and he messed up. So it might not necessarily be someone who has been in governance before. It could just be someone who's been observing things. Counsel from the elders. Counsel, simply put, is advice. Advice, that is it. Especially the one that is given formally. So to give advice to someone, all you can do is give the advice. You can't force it down the person's throat. You can't force the person to do what you've advised them to do. Now, with the past governments, in what way have they shown, or did they show, that they even received counsel from the elders? Could be the elder statesmen, could be elders, traditional rulers, could be technocrats who are elders, could be elders from any sector or from any sphere. Within and outside this country, they could actually get counsel, right? So in what way did they show that they received counsel? And what lessons should the new leaders learn from their predecessors? I've had a couple, but I would like to hear more. So let me start with these messages here. Let's look at the ones on Facebook already. Okay, Atochi Ohonda says, I think the effectiveness of counsels from elders is on a 50-50 rate and has no huge impact on the decisions of the current leaders because year to year conditions change. Things can never be the same. All right, Menye Crack Commander says, how many elders did Wiki listen to? Like he advised Simfubara, the elders he meant is Dr. Peter Odili. Cotterell, are you sure that's what he meant? Cotterell Tubobanimi Charles says, the Bible said in John 14 verse 26 that your sons and daughters will prophesy, your old men will dream dreams, your young men will see visions. Most oftentimes, the counsel coming from the council of elders cannot be applicable in modern day human existence. However, we can't throw into oblivion the expediency of the old men. The dynamics of governance in the 21st century cannot be premised on the advisory table of the elders, as there's a new paradigm shift in governance. The younger ones are already prophesying and they have seen the vision. Let the elders relegate themselves to playing advisory role. A thing or two will be taken from their recommendations to move the society forward. Curiously, in this regard, we are forced to ask, did Wike take advice from the elders? Wike practically rubbished the image of our traditional institutions. Are you sure? Because I've been listening to a lot of congratulatory messages, or thank you messages rather, coming from that quarter. People saying thank you for elevating our traditional stool to second class, first class, and all that. But anyway, that's your opinion. You say he goes to clans and wants traditional stools that precedes and will succeed him, and he doesn't care. We have seen an outgoing governor who was intentional in telling us Nto. We saw a governor called the crown of a king, Utsman Danfodio, called him a small boy. They were sending errand when they were younger in the public. Wike never kept close to himself an elder statesman to take advice from. Wike is preaching what he never practiced. He invited Kalabari chiefs and told them to go and warn the Amayanaba of Kalabari kingdom. Who does that? That is a man who is advising his stooge predecessor to take wise counsel. In this context, who are the elders Wike is referring to as elders herein? You can see that his relationship between former President Goodluck Jonathan and Patience has turned sour. You say he did not consolidate on the developmental blueprint of his predecessor, Right Honorable Chibika Amechi. He did not maintain the public policy initiated. All right. I'm just going to end your message here. You say, I wish Sim Fubara well. Charles Cotterell, that's your message. All right, thank you. Benedict Lekboa says, elders were supposed to have gathered experiences to pass on to their successors. Can they really counsel the younger ones sincerely to the right thing or to cover them up? Good afternoon, Constance. For me, if the elders did not counsel the former governor, if they did, he would have behaved. Is it he would have behaved or he wouldn't have behaved how he was behaving? So the new governor should not follow his leadership style. Henry from Iwofe. Ekemini says, seeking counsel from elders is a choice, but it's advisable you do so for a good and effective governance. And when seeking this advice from these elders, you can decide the ones that would be important and jettison the others. The question is, who are these elders? If governor had not taken counsel from the elders, it then means that he worked alone and deserves a thumbs up. He worked fearlessly, wisely, and politically. On the contrary, if he took advice, then his results remain as listed too. Secondly, on those places he couldn't touch or reach, he has helped to change the governorship office from his senatorial district to another. Government is continuous. However, the new excellency will touch those areas. All right, good afternoon. Governor Wike wants Fubara to take counsel from elders of state. You're asking him. Wike knows that even when he's sleeping, he can control Fubara. But if he give power to Felix Sobwa, Felix, I don't know what you're doing right now. Good afternoon. Which kind of the leaders are we talking about here? Is it the ones who have already sold their conscience? And don't forget, Sim was part and parcel of the previous administration. He knows them all. Only few of them can stand tall. Wike actually means what I've just said. Theo in Rumekini. My name is Prince Exclusive. All right, you're chatting from Port Harcourt. You say not all advice is worth listening to because some elders just give advice based on their own capacity, which may not even help for the development of the state or federal. All right, John Favor from Diobu says, good afternoon, presenter. Receiving counsel from the elders shouldn't be the elders of the same political party because that will only be seen as taking counsel from the party elites, which will still be seen as one-sided opinion that may not satisfy 70% of the citizens. Okay. Seeking counsel from the elders. How effective are their counsels when it comes to governance? Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, please? Your line was breaking. Could you say that again?
Yeah. I'm Austin Amadi calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, Austin Amadi, go ahead.
Yes. See, I talking about counsel and what are they learn from the professor. One, counsel. I believe that any governor that is coming, it depends on the power towards, or it depends on his own personality, depends on his own self, on his what advice he want to take or not. But let me take our present governor. Did he take any advice from the elders?
Present governor? Do you know who the present governor is?
Sorry, the last governor.
Oh, okay.
From the elders, the way he acted, he wouldn't have acted.
What do you mean by the way he acted?
The way he acted to people. The way he talked to people, the elders, even the chief, the rest, he abused the chief from a moment. Then why will he take advice from them? Because he works alone. He regards the elders nothing. So I don't think.
So what do you think? What do you think?
Even though the elder gives him advice, he will not take it.
All right. So what do you think the new governor should learn from the previous governor?
The new governor should learn the good things of his predecessor, not the negative things of the predecessor. He should focus on the good things he has done and continue from there.
Okay. Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Costa Mega.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
This is Dakuku from Apokeche, the first one of Eche.
Dakuku, you're welcome. Go on.
So, let me tell you, most of all these people called the leaders, most of them don't like to take advice from the elders or the people that they are leading. Most of this present governor don't take any advice from the advisors that he saying is wanted as an advisor. Talk of the elders. Even when the chiefs, who are the chiefs who said something, he would demote them or remove them from that position, not to become a chief or royal highness. That is why they were looking at whatever he likes. Let him be doing and let them be watching at him. That is the only thing. He did what come out of him. Somebody you see that he can govern. That's why he did what he don't whatever he did. He silenced other local governments, except for Port Harcourt and Dobia. Whatever he is his own man, nobody can talk. So we are quite watching for this present government to see whether he will act as his matter act or not. Are you getting my point? So the same thing our local government chairman is not doing anything. He based doing on what is his own man through the governor and his father, because we know his father. His father don't do something that benefits the chief people. That is why you see the local government chairman is doing whatever he likes now. As I was saying to you, go to my place, we don't have a health center. People are dying there because of a little case, common nurse cause or whatever. They know where to treat, but he cannot even give us a very nice health center.
Okay, so
yeah.
Mr. from Eche. All right. So what do you think the new governor or the new president as well should learn from the immediate past leaders?
You know, the president you are talking about, the man has been ruling Lagos before. Coming up now, listen from Buhari, he can make a mistake. Let him do something need to the people of this country. Coming to the government.
So hold on, you're saying he should not. There's nothing he can learn from President Buhari.
But the present governor of this team should not listen to the governor, the outgoing governor now. To avoid problem, if not, there will be a problem in River State.
All right, thank you very much for calling. Sometimes I just wonder, is it that some of you have not been in, I don't know, do you know what it means to be a team player? He should not listen to the governor. He should not take counsel from him. He should, really? Are we kidding right now? How is that even possible? Oh my goodness. Anyway, thank you so much for your contributions so far. All right, but from what I've heard so far, I think this is what I'm getting from it, from what some people have said. I feel that some people actually do not know that you can learn from good and from bad. So you saying, oh, the man did not do well. The way he's acting, the way... No, the person should not even... There's nothing... The person should not learn anything from him. He should... You can learn from everything. You can learn. From the good, from the bad, from the ugly, from the beautiful, you can learn from everything. There's something to learn. All right? John Favor from Job, I've read your message. All right, good afternoon, Constance. What is happening here? Oh, okay. You say Governor Wike is ironically grooming Governor Fubara to seek counsel from him since he has joined the Council of Elders by handing over today. I see godfatherism in this new administration. Lambs Fidel, that's your message. Charles Cotterill, leave me alone, I beg. What kind of question is that? Please, the incoming governor should stay clear from the so-called elders and focus on governance and always do what is right by correcting the errors and ills of the past administration in areas of civil service stagnation, non-payment of pensions and gratuities, employment for the youths, and to develop other areas other than Obiakbo and Falga. Ken from Woko. All right, someone else is still typing. What are you typing? All right, you're saying that Chowa does not have power. That's your only problem. All this other talk no concern you. All right. Let's go on a commercial break, and I'll be right back. Stay tuned. All right. So I'm looking at the TV where the president is giving a speech, and there's some kind of, I don't know what's happening there. I don't know if someone tried to climb the podium where he was talking or something. I don't know. I looked away for just a second, and all of a sudden it seems like they're trying to take somebody away from there. Or am I missing something? All right, I'm sure the news will come up pretty soon so that we're clear on what was happening right there. But I see those men in suits. That's the DSS guys, right? Everybody just had to... It's like they had to move someone out of... Is it a photographer or something? Perhaps he wanted to get a very good angle to take photo, excuse me, and that didn't go down well. He should know. He should have known that this is not a day to pull that stunt. This is not a day, a place. Oh well, it's not a day to that. A very serious note, because you are a suspect. You can't be carrying your camera and be coming in front of the president. What is your plan? How can you? I mean, what's the picture of what happened at the square? Okay, elders. Right? I just remember a place in the Bible, I think around 1 Kings chapter 12 verse 8, something about a particular king, Rehoboam, that the Bible said that he rejected the advice of the elders. And he consulted with the young men who grew up with him and served him. And at the end of the day, he got bad advice. And he ran with that. In fact, he felt that the advice from the elders was too soft. It doesn't... It's not helping my clout it's why? What kind of advice is that? So he felt like the elders were not helping him, and so he went to his fellow young men and got advice from them. And at the end of the day, he goofed big time. Big time. But hey, whether it's from the elders or from the young people, bad advice can come from anywhere, from any quarter. All right. So just to remind you here, it was the governor Nyesom Wike who advised his successor rather, to be wary of those who will be hell-bent on creating a rift between him and the elders of the state who are supposed to guide him as he steers the affairs of Rivers State. So it brought to mind that even though you're seeing a governor or president, there are also people who are supposed to guide this person. All right. Thank you very much for having this conversation with me. We have Talk Your Own coming right up, and I'll be back afterwards. Stay tuned.
To thrive in a fast-changing world.
Tune in to